Okay, up until today, I had not seen the 1989 classic Roadhouse. Mostly being sarcastic, this movie is not a classic. It's a cult classic, but that doesn't mean it's a good movie. So let's talk about Roadhouse. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, so two things can be true at the same time. One, a movie can be bad. Two, it can also be enjoyable. I feel like that's the case with Roadhouse. I'm reviewing this, having watched it for the first time today, and then I'm going to review the new Roadhouse, the reboot, the remake that's on Prime with Jake Gyllenhaal, and then I'm going to review that one. So if you go down in the description of this video, I will have a link to my review of the remake. You can watch both reviews, or don't. Doesn't really matter to me because this movie is kind of garbage, but that's okay. It's also very much a product of its time. I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. I understand how movies work. I understand how 80s and 90s movies work, in particular, these schlocky action movies that all kind of have the same ending and plot structure. And that's exactly what Roadhouse is. You have the peaceful guy who's only driven to violence when absolutely necessary. He's recruited to go be a cooler at this small town bar and club that's a complete just dumpster fire. And he's there to make a bunch of money and, help make the place safe for the owner. And that's it. And then, of course, he falls in love with the local, female doctor lady, and her dad is like an upstanding citizen in the community. And you have the grizzled old mentor in Sam Elliot, who comes in to kick some ass alongside him. And yeah, that's basically the movie. It's all real dumb. There's a bunch of cheesy one-liners. Dalton's like signature move is ripping out dudes' throats, which is a clear inspiration from MacGruber, if you haven't seen that. Classic comedy, which I freaking love. And I should probably review MacGruber at some point now that I think about it. This movie is predictable. This movie is cheesy. This movie is completely stupid, but it's confidently made. It's not going to surprise anybody. It's cheesy. It's silly. It's kind of fun. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Nothing about Roadhouse surprised me. I knew it was going to be trash, and I knew I was going to enjoy it. Will I ever go back and watch it again? Honestly, I probably will. I'll probably go back in like a year or two and watch the hell out of this movie, and I'll probably enjoy it a little bit more the more I watch it. It seems like it's that kind of film. So, yeah, two things can be true, right? A movie can just not be very good, and you can enjoy it. I feel like that's the case with Roadhouse, and I absolutely, as soon as I finished watching it, I was like, yeah, I understand why this is a cult classic. Doesn't make it a good movie, but I totally get it. It's a product of its time. It's very 1989. And also, what's funny is the bad guy in this movie I have only seen in one other film, and he plays Jackie Treehorn in The Big Lebowski. And as soon as he popped on screen, and I knew Sam Elliott was in this movie, but as soon as this dude shows up, I was like, the Coen brothers have absolutely seen Roadhouse, and I bet you they kind of love it because they grabbed Sam Elliott and this dude for The Big Lebowski, which came out 9 years later in 1998. And that movie is way better than this one. So thank you for watching this review. Make sure you check out my review of the remake as well. Again, link for that down in the description of this video. And I will see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.